Hey folks, it's Ray, DCRainmaker.com here, and today I've got the GoPro Hero 9 unboxing. Now for this unboxing video, it's going to be about the unboxing, but I've also got some size and weight comparison bits we'll do over here with the Hero 8, the OSMO Action, the Insta360 One R, even the GoPro Max, just so you can kind of understand how it fits in the greater landscape of things. But I'm not going to dive into all the features. For that, I've got a full video up in the corner there. And in that video, I talk about things like the 5K video, the longer battery life, the cold weather performance, hyper smooth time warp. I go through all of that stuff in excruciating detail. So you can check that out there if you want to understand the 19 new features of the GoPro Hero 9 Black. So with that, we're going to get things started. On the bottom here is a little strip that you go ahead and just see. And actually, just this last weekend, someone told me that my unboxing video from last year was horrendous because I didn't show them how to pull the little plastic strip. It's pulled. Just so you know, that's how you do that. So anyways, from there, you go ahead and take this and open it up, and out it goes. Pop, just like that. Now, one of the things that GoPro did make a sort of big deal on the media call about this was that there is no plastics in this, apparently, or like not much plastic in terms of things that are bad for the environment. So everything is supposedly recyclable and reusable. And so that includes here this new GoPro case. So this is the standard issue GoPro Hero 9 Black. This isn't a special edition or a bundle, but this is the standard issue kit, and that kit does include this little hard shell box right there that you see. So you crack this open, flip it around so I can see it and you can see it more properly right there. And inside we have the GoPro itself. There we go. You can see very minimal plastic, not a lot of plastic baggies here, just one little bit around the outside to keep it from getting scratched. And then we have a USB-C charging cable right there, though interestingly not USB 3. It does not look like it. Nope, not USB 3, which is kind of a strange choice. And then here there is a battery. This is a new battery. It is bigger than the existing batteries. I'll show you that in just a second. And then there is a single mount right there, a single curved mounting plate right there. And then we have a single screw, slightly newer screw design. This is the same design that came out in the Hero 8 Black last year, just a tiny bit different change up on the top. Nothing underneath this there. And then over here, oh hey, and before I forget, if you are finding this video interesting or useful or something like that, simply whack that like button at the bottom there. It really helps out this video and the channel quite a bit. There is the subscribe to GoPro bits. This is the GoPro, it used to be called GoPro Plus, now it's just called Subscribe to GoPro. And that gets you the 50% off the accessories there, or most of them anyways, $100 off the next GoPro. And then you get all your GoPro footage uploaded automatically to the cloud. Obviously, by the way, this video is definitely not sponsored. I'm gonna send all this junk back to GoPro when it's done and go out and buy my own just like I always do. So with that, this is the case. It's nice, it's got a bit of a hard shell design to it. It feels like it, you can put stuff in there. I'm personally not a big case person because otherwise I travel with too many cases, but I do appreciate this. I'm not sure if I'll honestly ever use it very much. So moving the paper junk out of the way, the manual you're not going to read, USB-C cable. Here's the battery right there. And then we'll get this thing out of its plastic. Take off this first piece. There we go. We'll take off this next piece. There we go. Another piece, another piece. I think it's out. And so on the side here, this is the side where we have the battery compartment and the USB-C port. Unfortunately, the same general design as the Hero 8 Black and then last year, which has this same side door that's generally miserable. It makes it really tough to put the SD cards in there and all the things that you don't like, that stays, unfortunately. So that's still there. On the bottom, there is the mounting bracket, just like in the past. So that's been awesome for me over the last year. I know there was a lot of concern last year about that and whether or not that would stand the test of time. And undoubtedly, a few people have broken them, probably not dropping them on the table, but they probably have broken them. Mine have been rock solid, and I've beaten the crap out of these things over the last year. So I've got a bunch of GoPro Hero 8 Blacks, and none of them have had any issues at all. On this side here, this is the mode button right there. Turn it around. Mode button to change settings and things like that. And then this is actually a mic port, and they've done a little bit of a change there on the Hero 9 to allow water to drain out of it faster. So that's why that's there and what it is there, in case you're wondering about that. On the back, you can see the screen sizes, slightly bigger screen on the Hero 9. And then, of course, on the front, you have this full large color display screen right there. That's all the rage on the Hero 9 compared to the Hero 8 is just a simple LCD monochrome calculator style screen. Looking at the two batteries side by side, this is a Hero 7 battery, technically speaking, because it doesn't have the blue on it. It's the exact same size as the Hero 8 battery, so we'll just rock with it right here. But you can see Hero 8 to Hero 9, definitely it's bigger on the Hero 9. A little bit thicker as well, like it's definitely a chubbier battery, so it clearly doesn't fit into this. And with that, you get that 30% more battery life claims there, something I tested in my video that's linked up there. So let's look at the weight on these really quick, get this junk out of the way. We're gonna toss the battery back in this little puppy and toss the battery back in the Hero 8 as well. None of the cameras here have SD cards in them. I just kept them kind of clean and simple that way. And we'll put this right there, turn it on. There we go. So I got to turn it sideways because the lights fall funky. So the Hero 9 Black comes in at 159 grams versus the Hero 8 Black coming in at 125 grams. So it got chubby. And it got chubby because, again, that battery is substantially heavier. And also, it's a bigger screen. It's a bigger, more components in there. So again, 125 versus 159. I don't feel it. Again, I've been using the Hero 9 Black, another one, for a couple weeks now, and it doesn't bother me at all. So it's not something I've really felt noticeably. But keep those in mind. There's a 125 and 159. The DJI OSMO Action at 125, so the exact same as the Hero 8 Black. And then we have here the Insta360 One R. There are other additions, of course, with the smaller lens and the 360 lens, but I feel like if you're going to go with the Insta360, just get the One R. Like, I mean, don't mess around with the other stuff, because if you mess around with the other stuff, honestly, get a GoPro. So in this case here, 159, so that's the exact same size, by luck as it would be, as the Hero 9 Black. And then finally, the GoPro Max coming in at 158 grams. So what that means is essentially the Hero 9 and the GoPro Max are basically the same weight. Now, except one little catch. With the Insta360, you need the case to be able to mount it. So you put those together, now you're at 195, and with the Osmo Action, you put the case there as well, and now you're at 153. So about the same general weight as a Hero 9 once you have the case involved there. So take that for what it is, and there you go on weights. Now, let's go ahead and get this thing turned on. So here we go right there. Get all this junk out of the way and power it up. So you just hold the side button right there. It makes some chirps. And we'll turn on the back screen in just a second. There we go. And you can see the front screen is also turning on with that little 9, trying to get the reflections out of the way there. Okay, we'll choose English. We agree. We agree to use GPS. And at this point, you use the GoPro app to finish setup. So you do have to, I don't know of any way to like get around that. So you have to use the GoPro app at this point to go ahead and get that setup all finished up. So we'll do that right now. So we go ahead and just go into the camera option on the bottom left-hand side and click plus. It's going to search for a camera. There we go. It's found my GoPro Hero 9 Black, this new one right there. Connect camera. Would you like to pair it? Yep. It chirps. It's excited. And at this point, it's basically ready to go. You can give it a name. I'm going to call this Hero 9B because this is my second one. B, there we go. Save the name, so I've got it. And I would then put an SD card in this before I start recording, but otherwise I am ready to roll. Okay, now flipping this around a little bit here, a couple notable things. One, the battery's at 11%. My other batteries were also at like 9, 10%, so kind of I thought they'd be fully charged. I asked GoPro about this the other day, and they did say that they should be fully charged, or just about fully charged. So that's somewhat notable. On the back here, you do have the touchscreen like before, so you can tap things there. And this is going to give you a bit of a tour just to kind of walk through the settings here. I tend to leave my settings on 4K 30 or a 5K 30 if I'm shooting most of my stuff, depending on what I want. I usually leave boost on, so turn that on there. There we go. Make sure that blue icon is on the right-hand side. And then on the front here, you will see as well the preview yourself. Now, in this case, I've got a giant light box above me, so that's what you're seeing behind me. If I turn it this way and point over, there we go, this way to the studio or something, you can see the rest of the studio. It's really hard to get the camera angle right, though, with seeing other things onto it. Note that they are concurrent, though, so you're seeing both displays are on at the same time. So that's kind of a handy feature. Not all the action cameras have that. So I found it great for holding it out like this. It's awesome to be able to frame myself. There's two framing modes, one that will kind of crop in a bit so you can see what's going on more clearly in the middle, and the one that shows the entire picture. But all that stuff, I dive into my full in-depth review up there. Again, this is the proper unboxing video. This isn't like one of those unbox it and do all the things videos, because I'm old school. I'm keeping it real that way. So if you did find this unboxing video useful, go ahead and mark that like button there. If you want even more goodness, then go ahead and click that 19 new things to know about the Hero 9 Black up in the corner, and enjoy an in-depth comparison there, as well as my massive sampler footage thing compilation. Also there, I go into excruciating detail with all these cameras side by side and how they all work, what looks best, and all that kind of fun stuff. With that, have a good one.